Hello again, maybe, hopefully. Hi, I'm Tosigat, and yeah, we'll be doing another color and light study. This picture is again from Unsplash. I'll link it down below. We'll be doing this in 15 minutes, and yeah, I'll start the timer. Oh, it's counting down. Okay. Okay, so first I'm going to start again with a general base color. I'm going to go for the sky color, so I have that down because it's the furthermost back element, and then I can paint the rest of it on top. And it's very light. I chose this picture. Oh, wow, see my my color is way too dark. No, this is way too light and too bright. Has to be a little more desaturated. Yeah, this is better. I chose this picture this time around because the other one was pretty dark and I wanted something that is lighter generally. And I thought this one was very interesting because it has super minuscule color changes that are very interesting though. So I thought it would be fun to paint because value-wise there's not a lot going on, but color-wise there is a lot happening, I think. Okay, so, and then I'm going to go for the desert color. This is too yellow, I can already tell just by having the swatch here. More like this. See, it's already way too dark. It's kind of hard because everything is so light. This is better. Yeah. And it has to be a little more orange. I think it has to be even more orange. It's too dark again. Yeah, I like this better. But it's almost hard to see. Also, you can see it a little here. I have color jittering enabled on this brush. Not a lot. I think it's 3 or something in everything. But you can definitely tell. I'm going to go for a hard round and get a little of this distracting texture out. Okay, this I think is roughly right. It's a bit too dark, I think, but maybe it's throwing me off because I don't have this much darker mountain range part yet. Which I'm going to put in now. You can also see it's very cool, this atmospheric bluing. I don't know the English term for it, but that everything gets a lot bluer when further away. I think I found a really nice color. See how blue it looks in comparison to the slightly beige to the beige sand, even though it's very, very gray. I mean, it's still in the blues, but it's very gray. So, again, I was inspired to do these by Light Ponderings here on YouTube as well. And they were really fun to paint alongside him, but there were only 5 of them, so I wanted more, and now I'll be doing more. Oh, this is the wrong one. Here, a cool chisel brush with my rotation enabled. Oh, this is something I realized in my first video, that it was, I got super distracted, and I can already tell it's happening again. But what am I gonna do? I'm just trying to get this texture of these ridges in these mountains like some, but I have to get on with the rest of the painting. I can come back later. I will do the light part of the mountains when I have the other beige colors in. Ooh, this, no. Nope. This is better, I think. A little lighter, maybe. Yeah. Something that I'm still trying to figure out, if it's better to like lay everything in with a rough like mid color, or if it's better to like go in with the brightest color or some of in a certain area, or with the darkest. Like, it's still something I'm trying to figure out. Because as I said, while I do have like some skill and background in art and painting, I am not a professional. See, this is way too warm. This part over here is a lot cooler, but it gets warmer again, so I'm going to lay down this general warm color first, but very roughly. Just trying to get the shape, because we only have like 9 minutes remaining. This is progressing kind of nicely. I think you can already tell that this is the reference for this picture, even though it's not really there yet. I really like this. It looks so dreamy and soft, even though it must be a very harsh environment because it's the desert. And I thought that was really intriguing about this. A reference, this contrast between the subject matter and like the image quality. It's so soft and gentle, and I imagine that this desert is anything but. So, okay, now I'm going to look for this color, and I think I might find it actually here. I'm going to go even grayer, because I know that this little amount of blue that's in here is going to make this look a lot bluer, see? Maybe that's like too much. I'm going to a little more purplish. Yeah, this is working well, I think. So it's good. I need a little airbrushing to tone this down a little. I'm going to go back to the trusty old Test 4. My favorite. It really is my favorite brush. I don't know what it is about this one, because it's actually pretty simple. It's just a texture. Like it has this, I can show you, has this spongy texture, but this texture is just so intricate, and the shape of the brush is nice with like the flat side on the bottom and then the rougher edges on top. And that I just, it feels good to paint with. And I still haven't figured out where it's from. I think I know where it's from, but I'm not completely certain. I think I got it from, like, when I was browsing ArtStation, and the artist, I think, linked their brushes in a Dropbox in a comment or something. I think this is where I got them from. But I am not certain at all. Like, this is... So I'm going to make the background a little lighter and more blue, because I can see a difference here. And now this part looks a lot more orange than mine. So actually I'm going to slightly airbrush it too. Okay. I think I really need these darker parts, so I'm going to grab this orange, make it a little... Or no, it's not that cool. Make it a little darker and then go for my textured. So now I'm going to just scribble in some texture. See, it's too cool. It has to be warmer. No. It's pretty warm. No, it's like, wow. I'm surprised how warm this is. This looks better. This looks more right. Really interesting. I didn't think the shadow would be this warm around here. Maybe that's what makes this image so interesting, because a lot of the rest of this image is like very gray toned and generally pretty cool. But this part is like a lot warmer. Also going to just, even though it doesn't really represent the reference, I'm just going to go in with like some general strokes. But this chisel brush is really nice for these rock textures, because you can make some nice edges. And of course, it helps that I have this rotation, Wacom rotation thing. Also, I need like brighter parts here, and that are more yellow. You can see this groove here in the bluer parts. And that's what I'm trying to get at. Oh god, only 4 minutes. Okay, I need to concentrate now. Also, something that I noticed, I tend to completely, like I already did it again. I tend to completely blank out humans when I do these studies. Like, I've done a few where there were people in the reference image, and I didn't see them. I didn't see them anymore at all, which was really interesting, kind of. See, I'm trying to get this color, and I picked this mountain range blue, but it doesn't work on here at all. It's much too blue, it's not dark enough. So I'm going to make it like more purple and darker, too blue still. Maybe something like this. Yeah, this works a lot better, even though it's pink. Because it's cooler, but it reads as a blue tone now, because it's cooler than the surrounding orange parts. Ooh, yeah, this gives me a really nice texture. Maybe it's a little, like, not cheating, but simplification to use a very textured brush for this texture stuff, but I mean, this is what I have it for, so why not use it? Also, I have to work on these mountain ranges. I can see some warm colors, which is nice, because you can see in these blue mountains, this pink becomes much warmer. I think it's a little too much, so I'm going to tone it down a tad. Even more, I think. No, I think I'm losing something here. So I have to grab this and like clean up this edge so it looks more mountainy. Oh my god. This has to be darker and warmer in a few parts. So, like, getting these like super tiny details in something that is so, oh my god, just 1 minute, and I completely forgot the person again. Okay, I think what I really need is this light part, so I'm going to grab this light and see how it goes. It has to be like brighter and more yellow, I think. Even brighter? What is going on? Oh my god, how bright is this? This image is so high key and blown out. It's kind of hard to get things right. Oh my god. It's not light enough, but I'm already like white. Oh my god. Oh, I completely forgot to, I'm going to stop now because the alarm will be super loud. Okay, I killed it in time. Yeah, and that's the finished painting. I mean, I can see the reference in my version, even though I see a lot of differences too. I think I got like the texture here on the front rather well, and like the small value shifts in this area and this area. But man, the back mountain range is rough. Like, very rough. So let's see how it stacks up to the original. I mentioned this in my other video too, but you think these two are a direct comparison and that you can easily like compare the differences, but I think it really is betraying to think so, especially if you're watching me paint these and not doing them yourselves, then you can see the differences much more than I can, because you don't have to think through the process while doing this. But if you're doing these yourself, you kind of lose track of a lot of the nuances because you're concentrating so much on getting other details in. So having the original image as another layer below mine that I've hidden is always super telling to compare them to. So I'm turning it on and then we'll see. Wow, my sky is not the right color at all. Crazy, I didn't see this whatsoever. Like, my sky is much too blue and too dark. See? I'm going to pick the color here. See, this is like, it's almost white actually. You can like see it here. This is supposed to be the slider. You can see it's almost like completely white would be like this, and it almost is completely white. So this image is extremely high key, which means that it's like everything is very light. And you can see it's a little yellow because here the yellow is. Like, there's more yellow in it than any of the other colors. And mine is like a much darker blue tone, which is crazy. Like, much darker, I say, and then it's like by a few percentage points. But yeah, but why isn't the mountain range looking right? My mountain range in the back looks terrible. I think the front part looks fine for doing these in 15 minutes, but man, the mountain range in the back looks oh whoa. So I have like a few purples and like purplish blues, and then more in the cyan direction leaning blues, and this is like a very light orange, and the original image is like, see, it's purple, but I didn't go purple enough. You can see it's like there are some almost pink grays in here. But I knew this image would be very interesting to study from because it's so light and all of the color changes are so minuscule in the grays. And this one is... oh, it's actually very saturated, but like as bright as it gets. Cool. Very cool. Very interesting. And again, I couldn't get the person in at all. Oh, and I realized this part here and this part down here is probably a lot more like in the reds and oranges than I have. See, it's It's actually like almost at the mid value of gray. And they are quite saturated. Like this shadow here, I think is pretty saturated. Yeah. Mine isn't going to be this saturated. But it was in the right direction. Roughly. Yeah. I hope this was interesting and fun, and let me know if you find my analysis and discussion of my piece at the end interesting or not. Because I think with this talking through, it can be interesting to... Oh, wow, I painted. It can be interesting to see what you see, what differences you see in mine to the original, what differences you see in your own version to the reference, and then just talking through. And also, honestly, it helps me too to talk through, because then I have to think about my own piece more. And I'd recommend just honestly giving it a go. If you're doing this, giving it a go and recording yourself as well might be interesting. So yeah, you know the whole YouTube shtick. If you want to see more, like and subscribe, I guess. And bye!